Online privacy kind of feels like a myth these days. The internet is packed with trackers, surveillance, and companies hungry for your data. VPNs are supposed to fix that, right? But do they all really deliver on that promise? Well, NordVPN claims to be the fortress you need in 2025. But is it a true defender or just another shiny lock with a pretty rusty key? Buckle up because this is gonna get interesting. All right, let's talk about NordVPN. If you think it's just another tool to mask your location, you're missing the big picture here. NordVPN is now part of a full-blown privacy ecosystem. They've got NordPass for passwords, NordLocker for file encryption, the NordLayer for business security. It's practically a Swiss Army knife for all things online safety. But today we're focusing on the OG, the VPN that started it all. Does it still hold its own in 2025? Can it keep your data safe and let you stream without any issues and deliver on the speed that you need? Well, we've tested it extensively, pushed it to its limits, and found some surprises, both good and not so good. Hi everybody, and welcome back to Safety Detectives, and we've got a lot to unpack today. Okay, so first of all, speed, which can make or break a VPN. Nobody wants a service that turns HD streaming into a slideshow or makes downloading files feel like you're back in the dial-up days. So does NordVPN hold up in the speed arena? Actually, yeah, it delivers quite well. With 6,800 servers in 111 countries, including 50 plus virtual server locations, NordVPN has built a network designed to keep things moving. Virtual servers might sound complicated, but they're actually not. They're just a smart workaround for places where physical servers can't be reached. Think better access, fewer restrictions, and no noticeable difference in performance across the board. But now let's talk speed. Thanks to its NordLynx protocol, which is built on WireGuard, NordVPN keeps things fast and secure. Regional services, no problem. 4K streaming with smooth file downloads were quick, and even during long-distance connections, the slowdown wasn't even enough to mess with the overall experience. Sure, speeds are going to drop a little bit when you're connecting to far-off servers. That's just how the internet works, unfortunately, but it was still plenty usable for most regular everyday tasks. And then there's, of course, streaming. You know the pain of seeing this content isn't available in your region, right? Well, NordVPN's Smart Play feature takes care of that for you. Netflix US, BBC iPlayer, Hulu, they all worked without a hitch. And Amazon Prime Video, well, it's usually one of the tougher ones to crack, but NordVPN handled it too after a quick connection. No proxy errors or hoops to jump through, just press play and it works like you're at home. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit to gaming and torrenting, two areas where a VPN can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. If you're a gamer, then you know how important low ping is because lag spikes can be the stuff of nightmares for a gamer, especially in multiplayer matches. During my test, NordVPN kept the connection stable with minimal impact on ping. I jumped into a few matches of CSGO without any latency or disconnection issues. Plus it has built-in DDoS protection, which is a lifesaver if you're into competitive gaming or just don't want to deal with annoying attackers booting you offline. Now let's talk torrenting. If you're downloading large files, NordVPN's P2P optimized servers are definitely the way to go. They're specifically designed to handle torrent traffic so that you get faster speeds and a smoother overall experience. And the best part, there's no bandwidth cap. You can download as much as you want without worrying about speed throttling or any kind of limits. It's hassle-free and it just works. Oh, and before we move on, if you're an Android user, we've got a fantastic breakdown of NordVPN for Android, and honestly, it's worth checking out. Okay, even if it isn't a pressing matter for you, privacy and security should be a non-negotiable if you're gonna be using a VPN. Because if a VPN can't handle the basics, then it's out in my opinion. Luckily, NordVPN doesn't just meet the standard, it raises the bar. First of all, they have the essentials like AES 256-bit encryption, which is the stuff that banks and militaries swear by, and this makes sure that your data is untouchable. Add to that their strict no logs policy that's been audited again and again, and NordVPN isn't keeping tabs on your activity, not today. Even if an attacker came knocking, there's simply nothing to hand over. But the real magic is their RAM-only servers. Imagine a chalkboard that wipes itself clean every single time you walk out of the room. Well, that's pretty much how NordVPN servers work. No permanent storage, no lingering data, no breadcrumbs to follow. Every single reboot is a reset, a true blank slate. Then there's their Threat Protection Pro. This isn't just a little bonus feature, it is a beast. Malware blocked, trackers shut down, creepy ads that stalk you across the internet gone before you even know they're there. And here's the kicker, it works even if you're not connected to the VPN. Yes, you heard that right, this is active defense 24/7. Okay, but now let's talk about their kill switch, which is the unsung hero of VPN security. If your connection drops, whether it's a glitch or a network hiccup, it immediately cuts off your internet connection. Why? Well, so your real IP address doesn't sneak out like an uninvited guest. It's quick, it's effective, and in my test, it fired every single time without fail. And here's one more layer, dark web monitoring. Sounds ominous, right? But that's because it kind of is. NordVPN is gonna keep an eye on the dark web for your leaked credentials and sends you an alert if anything shady turns up. It's like having someone patrol the digital underworld for you. Okay, so all of these features sound great, but all the features in the world mean nothing if you need a PhD to figure out how to use them. Well, the good news is that NordVPN nails simplicity without feeling too dumbed down. The app interface is clean, intuitive, and super easy to navigate, whether you're using Windows, macOS, Android, iOS, or even Linux. Everything looks fantastic and works pretty much the same across all of your devices. You just open the app, hit Quick Connect, and boom, you are connected to the fastest available server. No digging through menus or tweaking settings unless you really want to. Got a smart TV or a gaming console that doesn't support VPNs? Well, NordVPN has you covered there too. You can set up NordVPN on your router, which secures every single device connecting to your Wi-Fi network. And this is a perfect solution for those smart gadgets that aren't so smart about privacy. NordVPN lets you connect up to 10 devices at once on one account, so you can hook up your phone, laptop, tablet, or even your sibling's tablet because we all know how that goes. You're good to go. And the cherry on top, it even has browser extensions for Chrome and Firefox, which are fantastic if you just want to secure your browser traffic without running the full NordVPN app. It's simple, effective, and honestly, it just works. All right, but we of course still have to talk about pricing, the make or break detail for so many decisions. Well, NordVPN doesn't reinvent the wheel here, but it does keep things simple and flexible. It offers plans that cater to both casual users or those who want the full package. You've really got three main tiers here, starting with the standard plan, which covers the essentials, which is really just the VPN. Then you have the plus plan, which throws in the password manager and a data breach scanner for good measure. And then you have the unlimited plan, which adds 1 terabyte of encrypted cloud storage to the mix. And it's really like picking the right size coffee, small, medium, or the full-on turbo shot. Now, the specific pricing is going to depend on how committed you are. Monthly rates, well, they're gonna be on the pricier side, but stretch that out to a year or two, and that discount really starts to kick in. Keep in mind that renewal prices for longer plans might increase after the first term. NordVPN offers 24/7 live chat and email support, and honestly, they don't mess around. Walking you through the setup on a router or diagnosing why BBC iPlayer is being stubborn, the service team is really responsive, fast, and surprisingly human, meaning no endless script reading on their end. And if you're the DIY type, it also has a website packed with guides and FAQs where you can get pretty much every question answered. Seriously, it is like a treasure trove of how-to articles so that you can solve most issues without even reaching out. So the big remaining question is, of course, is NordVPN worth it in 2025? Well, let's sum things up. NordVPN certainly holds its ground pretty well here. Whether it's streaming, gaming, or downloading, most connections stayed fast and reliable. Sure, long-distance servers did slow things down a little bit, but nothing that's gonna ruin your day. It's got the tools that you want, like RAM-only servers, a kill switch, and Threat Protection Pro to block malware and trackers, and that dark web monitoring, a handy little bonus if you're worried about leaked data. Whether you consider yourself tech-savvy or someone who just wants to hit connect and forget about it, NordVPN keeps it really simple across the board. The apps are easy to navigate and set up as a breeze even on a router. Now, pricing is where things do get a little bit tricky. If you go for a month-to-month plan, it's not exactly cheap. But the long-term plans, well, much better value, of course. And with 24/7 customer support, you've got backups if something goes sideways. So is it perfect? No, but it doesn't have to be. NordVPN gets the important stuff right, including speed, security, and usability. And if those are your priorities, then it's definitely worth considering. But that's a wrap for this video. If you found it to be helpful, be sure to hit the like button and leave any lingering questions you may have down in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more reviews, tips, and deep dives into all things cybersecurity in our future videos. Oh, and if there's something specific that you're curious about, maybe another VPN or maybe a tool that you're hesitant to trust, then drop that down in the comments as well. We would love to hear about it. We read them, we respond, and who knows, your suggestion might just end up being our next big test. But as always, thank you so much for sticking around, and we'll see you in the next video.